What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. Today I'm talking about Professor Marston and the Wonder Women. Um, this is the story of William Marston, his wife Elizabeth, and their, I guess you say, companion, Olive. Olive was a young student in one of Marston's classes. She immediately caught the eye of both Marston and his wife. They kind of, I don't know, kind of toyed with each other a little bit at first, and she was kind of pushing him, like, no, go ahead and pursue this girl. You're obviously interested in her. And, she said, well, I don't have any sexual jealousy, so you can take a shot at her. And so whenever he did, there was obviously going to be jealousy. And so there was some backlash from her. And then, they keep, like, they want to be with her, they don't want to be with her. And they're also working on a lie detector. And so that becomes a big plot point whenever they hook Marston up to the lie detector, and later on they hook Olive up to it and explore their feelings and discover that all three of them have feelings for each other, and that this is like a three-way love, essentially. The movie also deals with Marston pursuing his disc theory in psychology of dominance, inducement, submission, and compliance, and how he can get that across. He can't figure out a way to have it to make sense to people in ways that they can understand. And then, of course, he eventually puts it into his comic book creation, Wonder Woman, who was based on the qualities of Olive and Elizabeth. And the movie also deals with kind of the backlash to the kind of subversive sexual elements in Wonder Woman, like spanking and bondage. And then the three of them also pursue these BDSM elements as well. And the movie's just kind of the story of their love story, and then with some of the Wonder Woman stuff and the psychology, surrounding it and enhancing that main story. You don't see polyamory dealt with in a respectful way very often in movies. It's either just people who just want to have sex with a bunch of different people, or it's presented as like fundamentalist, creepy Mormonism. So it's definitely cool to see it treated with respect here. The sex scenes are very effective, but the movie also is careful to say it's not just about the sex, and that the love between the characters is very evident. The performances are super strong, and they have really good chemistry, which makes the romance and the love story part of it really, really work. There's an almost like a heartbreaking scene toward the end between Olive and Elizabeth, and trust me, this movie is not about a guy with two women. This is about equal relationships between all parties involved, and there's especially just this intensely strong bond between Elizabeth and Olive, and it's just really good. I'm not somebody who normally is into love stories or romance stories, but this is a really well told one. It's definitely a little bit unconventional, which I think definitely appeals to me. The polyamory and the BDSM are handled, like I said, pretty tastefully and respectfully, so don't expect like sleaze or exploitation. I don't know that I would say it's family friendly because there is a little bit of nudity and it does deal with some sexual content, but it's nothing graphic or over the top. The performances, like I said, are really good. The actresses who play Olive and Elizabeth are fantastic, and they needed to be on point to make it work, and they definitely were. Like I said, I'm not somebody that would normally be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to see this love story and it's gonna have an effect on me. Definitely not, but this one definitely did. I really liked Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman. Even if you're not a normal, like, go to the movies to see a romance movie, this is one you should definitely check out. And it does have some appeal even beyond that to people who are just interested in the origin stories of Wonder Woman and, the people that were behind the character. I will say there is some debate about how accurate it is to portraying the actual events in real life, with some of the Marston family members saying that it's all fiction. But pushing that aside, just assuming that it is all made up, it is still an incredible, love story, and I think it's definitely worth checking out. Definitely highly recommend. It's one of my favorite movies that I've seen so far in 2017. So that's Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman. Highly recommended. If you like this review, please do check out my website, markfusion.com. I got a ton of other movie reviews there. Not a lot of love stories, but a lot of horror, exploitation, cult movies, art house movies, video games, TV shows, anime. I'm also on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at markfusion. You can follow me there and make recommendations, see what I've got coming up. And then if you like these videos, please do drop a sub. It would help me out a lot, especially with YouTube's wacky way that they demonetize videos for little to no reason. It would definitely help me out if I could, have a sub count to point to when I try to grow and expand this channel. I do greatly appreciate you watching these videos. It does really mean a lot, and hopefully I'll see you soon.